I don't know how many times Cody has talked to people that aren't on our team to help them. But what has that done? It makes him a better leader. So that's that mental barriers. We don't want to bother them. We don't want to, they're busy. We're all busy, but we all got time. I'll tell you that much. We all got 24 hours in the day. And taking 10 to 15 minutes isn't that big of a deal. And you're actually sharpening their tool or their whatever you want to call it, their iron, right? To get them to become a better person. So if you just think about people that way, all of a sudden you're never bothering anybody. You're actually helping them get better, they're gonna help you get better. So I just shared that with you guys because I think it's super important. That's what held me back the longest. And there's nothing wrong with Jordan at all, but I knew that I wanted to sell more than he ever sold. So how could I only talk to him and expect to sell more than he sold when he can't get me there? So I had to go find someone to take me there, to get me to that point. And then obviously, as you go on, you learn, it's just complete failure. You don't know how many times I've failed in this business, so much. But what really happens is you just get over the mountain of fear, and you're on the other side of the mountain, and you're fearless about leads. You're fearless about dumping money into recruiting. You're fearless about a chargeback. You're fearless about an agent quitting because there's more to come as long as you keep going. But we have to climb that mountain, and it's a slippery mountain. I'll tell you what, you're gonna fall down, hit your head, your nose is gonna be bleeding, not really, but it feels like it. Feel like you got punched in the face, but you're just climbing this mountain of fear, because we all got it. It's okay to be fearful. Don't have to be some brave person or anything, but you have to get to that other side. And on the other side, it's a great view. The air is fresh. You know what I mean? But it takes time. And that mountain, the cool part about that mountain and climbing it, you dictate that time frame. It can be a year, it can be 6 months, it can be 3 months. You get to compress time with your work ethic, which is cool. Because I can't hold you back from learning this, because it's all up to you at the end of the day. And so if we can climb that mountain and get to the top of that mountain quicker, now we can turn around and try to help more people get up that mountain. And it's hard. And there's these different things that are gonna pop up in your brain, in your mind, those mental barriers. And I just think about all these different mental barriers that I had, and I was scared to death of mortgage protection. I don't know why, because they told me to run final expense. It was simple, cut and dry. Mortgage protection, they're gonna be smart. They're gonna, they got jobs.
Right.
They got jobs. They got life insurance. You know what I mean? But I put this mental barrier in my head that they were gonna be so much smarter than me. And then once I got into mortgage protection, I'm like, oh, this is still the same thing. Asking the right questions. Yes, they might be a little bit more educated. That's okay. But at the end of the day, it was just something that I put in my own brain. And we all are gonna do that, whatever that is, if it's a lead type or a specific type of a vendor or whatever. But the way I look at it is, if you can just look at that barrier in your mind and say, you're not gonna stop me, and you get on the other side, that's when you grow. That's when you grow the most, is that uncomfort zone. So every time you get something in this business that you're afraid of or telling you not to do it, and you do it, man, that's hell of an empowerment. And that's how you build confidence, because you overcame your mind and just did it. Like that triple dial, how many of you are scared to triple dial? I mean, it's okay, you don't have to admit it in front of everybody, but I was, and I'll admit it, I was. I dial them twice and I'm think about it 2-3 times, next lead, whatever, keep it moving. But then I started dialing that third dial, and then all of a sudden I started booking more appointments. All of a sudden I started making more sales. So when you get these different mental barriers, man, I don't know if I want to do it. I pull up to the house, no, I need a door knock, keep going. How many of you have done that, right? We probably all have done that, right? But if you get the hell out the car, knock on the door, your heart beating because you don't know what's gonna happen.
Right.
That is you growing. That's you taking a step forward. You're growing or dying. It's that simple. I mean, it sounds a little bit harsh, but you ain't staying the same. You're either going forward or going back. And what I realized is I like to just keep going forward. Because if you go back, now you got to take another step to move forward.